Battlers, I am back. Welcome to another episode of the Knighted Podcast Match Rewind Edition, brought to you by our great mates at Audra Solar. Now, Battlers, if your electricity bill lately has been putting you under more pressure than what we were putting the Sea Eagles under at Four Pine Park this past weekend, well, it might be time for you to look at solar. Now, Audra Solar are local, family-owned and operated, servicing Newcastle, Lake Macquarie, the Hunter, Port Stephens, and the Central Coast. They handle solar installs, battery storage, EV chargers, and everything is done by a qualified solar accredited electrician, all right? No contractors or none of that pushy sales team crap, all right? Every system is custom designed for your home, and they'll come and give you a free on-site quote. What do you got to lose, Battlers? All right? So head across to Audra Solar. That's AUDRA solar.com.au, or give them a call at 1300 104 914. That's 1300 104 914, and see why the locals keep giving them 5-star reviews. Audra Solar, powering homes across the Hunter the right way. You want to talk about doing things the right way? That's what we're going to be doing tonight here on the Match Rewind Show. That's right, Battlers. Huge podcast. That's right. The Newcastle Knights sending a message across to the competition that this team can score points, can play exciting football, and blow teams off the park when things start to click. On Sunday afternoon, they completely and utterly demolished our oldest rival, the Manly Sea Eagles, at Four Pines Park. A packed-out Four Pines Park, might I add. All right, a venue in which we've only managed 4 victories since 1988 prior to that. And this win meant even more when you consider that very history. So there it is in front of a packed-out Manly crowd. They dominate the way they did, and that was a humongous statement. The Knights showed that they're building into one of the most exciting football teams in the Telstra Premiership. But as incredible as that win was, Battlers, it came at a tremendous cost. We lost both of our marquee superstar playmakers. That's right, Captain Dalian winning stud Kalen Ponga, and big name recruit, the big off-season recruit, Dylan Brown, the man destined to give us a decade of dominance, succumbed to major injury in the first half of that rugby league game. We'll sink our teeth into that. But look, losing 2 of those players would have derailed previous Knights teams and derailed plenty of other teams in the competition this season, but not us, baby. What we managed to do was rally together and put together a very impressive win underneath this new coaching regime. We regrouped and we found a way to outplay Manly. It showed resilience, it showed belief, and it showed that this squad will not fold even when things go against them. So plenty to unpack there tonight, Battlers. Not only that, we'll be taking a look and awarding the Titanium Forge Player of the Week, brought to you by LGB Marine. I'll be giving you my Paycat Knighted Players of the Week, and I'll be answering your Get Out Alive fire safety training burning questions. So, Battlers, sit back as we take a look at the Justin Holbrook outlook of the game that was against the Manly Sea Eagles. Let's go! All right, Battlers, it's time to chew on that. Now, the year is 2026, is it not, Lou? Last time I checked.
Sure is.
It sure is. Now, why in 2026? Now, this one goes out to you a little bit, Lou. I haven't told you what my rant is going to be about this week, but this one directly involves you. What is going on with fast food drive-through service at the minute?
Oh, as soon as you said that, I had a feeling.
Oh, my Lord. Now, Sunday afternoon, I believe, we went through Hungry Jack's to get you're quite fond of the frozen Coke with the strawberry bursties at the minute.
They're a bad obsession, but I think the obsession might be gone now because the wait time just outweighs the deliciousness of that drink.
What is going on? Any battlers at work in the fast food industry? I think they've taken the fast out of fast food. Seriously, what is going on? You wait forever. I know I don't want to be that millennial battler, the back in my day battler, but I'll tell you what, I swear as a kid, when you wanted a Happy Meal, you got that thing quick smart. There was none of this waiting around business or just logger jam in the fucking drive-throughs. What's that about?
Well, I have a even better view on it because I used to work retail and you had to go.
What is up? What is going on? Seriously, we need to get to the bottom of this because they've seriously taken the fast out of fast food.
Man shakes fist at clouds.
Oh, that's all you wanted. That's all we went there and some chips. And we were there. Seriously, I remember we were there for 25 fucking minutes. And that is not an uncommon
Pretty
occurrence.
sure it was longer.
Seriously. So all the battlers who get stuck in the drive-thru, there's probably a handful listening to this right now, pulling their hair out in a drive-thru, going, yes, I just want my fucking Big Mac and get the fuck out of here. Anyways. Oh, well, I tell you who's not going to leave you high and dry, battlers. That's our mates at Beach Jerky, which is proper quality beef jerky with full flavor made by some local Newey boys, a perfect game day snack that you can smash while watching the footy. So make sure you load up on your game day fuel by visiting their website at beachjerky.net and grab yourself, seriously, battlers, a bag. This is some seriously good stuff, all right? I've got to restock mine. I just went through it, all right? I just went through it like a machine. But yes, all right, battlers, and now if you haven't done so already, please make sure you go suss us out on all your social media platforms. We really want to get these YouTube numbers up. So if you've got a YouTube account and you aren't following us on there, what are you doing, all right? There's your mission for tonight. Go get that done for us. So if you could, we're everywhere on social media. Keep saying it. We're social media herpes. Can't get rid of us. You might as well follow us. So if you could do that, battlers, that would be greatly appreciated. Now, look, if you do want to support us here at the United, just a couple of battlers that are making humongous sacrifices in our life to give you guys the best possible rugby league content that you can get. Some unbiased, independent content, all right? If you want to support it, you can do so by signing up to our Patreon. You can join as a squire. You could be my squire for $5 a month. What a fucking honor that is, all right? $5 a month. If you want to come to the Club Nitanium Discord, there's battlers in the chat. I know you're out there. You're in there. Hype it up. It's fucking awesome. $10 a month. You're a night, baby. You're in. Now, you got a bit of Joey Johns about you. You got a bit of Eighth Immortal about you. $25 a month. You can come on in to the Lock It In Championship brought to you by our good mates at Grain Fed Brewery. All right. If you think you can predict what the Newcastle Knights are going to do each and every week, and you can do that very well throughout the year, well, I'll tell you what, you're taking this home, baby. We've already given away the inaugural one. This is the next one, the 2026 belt. And I can tell you now, the inaugural winner, he wants to go back to back. So it's up to you to stop that from happening. Stop the dynasty, the Lock It In dynasty, all right? We want to see a different winner. Sorry, Brody, but he's gunning for it. So if you want to come join up, $25 a month, fucking, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. And I tell you what, I feel like it's even more fun than it was last year. There's so much more to get around. I feel like towards the end of last year, people were very reluctant to back in any try scorers or anything of substance for the Newcastle Knights. But tell you what, this year, plenty to get around. So if you want to do that, sign up as an immortal for $25 per month. All right, let's do it. Let's take a look at what's going on in the world of the Newcastle Knights, baby. It's United News. All right, battlers, it is with a very heavy heart. And you know this. You know I love my boy, Kalen Ponga. He's, as I stare around this very bar, his face is basically on every wall. He stares into my soul every single time I come in here. Now, scans unfortunately confirming, as of this morning, the severity of Kalen Ponga's injury. Unfortunately, that hamstring twinge that he did suffer, he's looking between 6 to 8 weeks on the sidelines, which is just absolutely devastating news. What seemed like the most innocuous play, that huge breakaway line break from Brady Best, KP pushing up on the outside. Seriously, all it was just fending off Jason Saab. It must have been the last step or two that he took before grounding the ball. Pulled something in that hamstring. So fucking disappointing. So disappointing for a guy that's seriously, ever since he came back from that 2023 HIA stuff over in Canada, Liz Frank injuries, it's just freakish injuries, and it's never really been soft tissue. This is like the first kind of soft tissue one that I can recall. Yeah, let's just hope and pray, battlers, that it's going to be sooner rather than later. But just, yeah, talk about the duality of that game. You know, you were so hyped. I remember doing the Knights Watch. You were so hyped about watching this excellent performance, this victory against our oldest foe, a place that we notoriously do not win at, and just this gloomy fucking clouds over your head. the Kalen Ponga cloud, the injury cloud, and it's devastating news. But let's hope and pray, Battlers. Our Dally M winning superstar captain Kalen Ponga is back sooner rather than later. But it doesn't get any better there, Battlers. More scans revealing today that the man that is destined to give us a decade of dominance, Dylan Brand, also suffering a lengthy stint on the sideline. Scans revealing a grade 2 MCL sprain in another try-scoring effort. I'd tell you what, the tries that we did score came at a fucking huge cost. A beautiful right foot step there by Dylan Brown breaks the Sea Eagles defense wide open in the middle before linking up with Fletcher Hunt. Tommy Turbo awkwardly landing on that knee. He did have a partial tear in that knee back in 2024. I've had so many fucking Parramatta supporters remind me of that. Okay, you don't need to keep fucking messaging me that. I know. They're just trying to rub it in. They're trying to. Seriously, is there someone out there? Maybe it's Adam from Talking Para. I wouldn't put it on Troy. Troy's too nice a guy, but maybe Adam's got a dark side. He's got a voodoo doll of Dylan Brown. I feel like maybe one of the Para boys has cursed him.
Quite possible.
I'd say Adam.
We have our sage, so
I'd say Adam. Adam hates the Knights, and he's devastated, and he cries himself to sleep that we've got Dylan Brown. He's been killing it too.
He was crying in the shower the other day. So.
Yeah, but look, we were very, very hopeful that it did happen prior to half time. He was getting around a bit with it might be just one of those little, niggly kind of things, and he can sort of strap it up and see out the rest of the game. But obviously, come halftime, didn't come back out to play the second half, which was super unfortunate. So again, another huge injury cloud looming over that game, which kind of sucks. But I kind of don't want that to be the theme of tonight's show. As much as devastating as that was, we really need to commend the rest of the team for getting the job done at the same time. So, anyways, I know that's shitty news, but let's get to some good news. Let's get to some good news now. Toby Winter, remember the name, Battlers. Remember the name. We have secured the services of this exciting teenage prospect, Toby Winter. He'll be elevated into the development list for this season and next. And then from 2028 and 29, he's in top 30, baby. Top 30. Now, here's a direct quote from our recruitment man, Peter O'Sullivan. Quote, "Not too many players handled the rigors and challenges of the NRL preseason in their first attempt. Toby looked and trained like a seasoned professional, confirming not if, but when he plays NRL." Oh, so get excited about that. All right, bit of yarn getting around this young fella. So Toby Winter, the winter is coming, Battlers. All right, so keep your eyes peeled for our boy Toby Winter rising through the ranks. Now, another player that's been heavily linked to the club. That's right, Marata Niokore. Lots of headlines getting around at the minute with the experienced versatile forward linked heavily with the Knights. 157 NRL games for the 29-year-old. Has played 6 tests for the New Zealand Kiwis, last being in the year 2024. So obviously, it's always been the yarn. We always see it in the chat here about forwards. We want forwards. Well, here's one we have identified. It's going to be very interesting to sort of see what deal we're going to offer Marata to come over. Currently, he's captaining the New South Wales Cup side. So, we might see him play this weekend, which would be a bit of a weird coincidence. Him potentially running out in front of his future home crowd as we take on the Wars this week. But so keep your eyes peeled. Looks like he's heavily linked. Where there's smoke, there's fire. So keep your eyes peeled for maybe a potential signing of Marata Niokore from the Wars. All right, that's enough of the Nine news. Let's do it. Let's sink our teeth into this absolutely exceptional football game that we witnessed. That's right, with the Newcastle Knights defeating our old rivals, those silvertail bastards, the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles, 36 points to 16 in front of a packed out, fully sold Four Pines Stadium. How good. Shout out to the Battlers who were there witnessing that. I know Nilso was out there. I'm sure there was a couple of other years just reveling in that, rolling around like pig and shit in that. That would have been so much fun. But all right, let's dive into it. Now, the Knights of 2026 overcame difficult circumstances and came out 20-point victors, something that the team last season would have completely and utterly crumbled at. All right, I know the devastating news. I don't want to get bogged down in that. We're going to look at the positives. We're going to look at the glass half full here, okay? Now, the obvious sentiment of that game is that this team managed to lose two of their massive playmakers, and in the week before we lost Fletcher Sharp. So 3/4 of our spine gone for that half of football. Well, really, we lost Kalen in the first 20-odd 5 minutes. So 3/4 of that game, we don't even have Kalen Ponga. To not only have those guys exit the game, but to do it in a place that, as I said before, is notoriously tough in our club's history. All right. Prior to this win, only 4 other occasions have we managed to get a W walking out of Brookvale Oval to do that. Now, I understand the Sea Eagles, they're not going to be a premiership threat. All right. Okay. You can only play what's in front of you. But I tell you what, that game script, like I was saying on the roster review show, they thrive in that chaotic mess. And the game script that the rugby league gods had written in that game suited them more than it did us. And for us to not only overcome all those difficult circumstances, we conceded less points in the second half. Now, I know we didn't layer on the points like the 30-odd points we did in the first half, but I tell you what, as I said in the introduction of the show, how many teams would have been completely and utterly derailed when 2 superstar players like Kalen Ponga and Dylan Brown exit the field? All right. And we know last year we saw the scenes. We had to live through that fucking terrible fucking run of games to end the season last year. You can bet your ass. Just imagine had that have happened to us last year, we would have completely and utterly crumbled. The Seagulls just would have piled it on us. So I just think this is very clear and evident that Justin Holbrook and the coaching staff have the biggest positive effect on this playing group at the moment. And there's plenty to get excited about. All right. Don't let any naysayers come at you and go, oh, you know what? You only beat the Cowboys. You only beat the bloody Seagulls, spoon contenders. I don't give a shit. Doesn't matter. You can only play what's in front of you, and the signs are bloody positive. All right. As I said, I think that game script far suited the Seagulls than it did us. And for us just to basically shut them out in the fashion that we did. I know they were their own worst enemy at times, but I tell you what, massive kudos. And there is going to be some glazing. Is it glass? You glaze glass, don't you? I feel like I'm going to be a what do you call them? A glass? Is it a glass blower? What are those guys that blow glass?
I think it's a glass blower.
A glass blower? Is it? Anyways, it sounds a bit wrong to say that, doesn't it? Anyways, but yes, we're going to be glazing like crazy. There was so many great performances by so many guys. Some that maybe we didn't predict would rise to the occasion. But let's get there. Let's do it. Let's enter it right now. The Sandman. Enter Sandman. Sandon Smith has just proven what an absolute critical signing he is. Last week, you got to remember, Fletcher Sharp goes down. This guy comes in under the highlights of Allegiant Stadium with Dylan Brown and continues to get the job done against the Cowboys. Now he's thrust back into it. Again, Brookvale Oval. We're terrible at Brookvale Oval. Historically, he goes in there. He hasn't got Dill, no Fletch, no KP. He's got Phoenix as his other half partner. Comes in. I thought he did absolutely tremendous. Really stepped up in that second half. Super instrumental. I thought he just showed his wares. He was so good. And fuck it, we're going to do it right now, baby. Your LGB Marine Titanium Forge Player of the Week, brought to you by LGB Marines, the expert in building resilience on and off the water. Just like the toughest structures they construct, this week's player has been battle-tested, unshaken, and built to withstand anything. LGB Marine, strength, precision, resilience. Let's dive into Sandon Smith's performance. Now, I tell you what, as I said before, he's proven his utility value, especially when filling in for those bloody injured stars. Hasn't he come in like, seriously, looking now, what an absolute bloody masterstroke it was to get this guy on the books. His ability to step into those key positions and seamlessly direct the team has shown his adaptability and composure under high pressure. Because coming into that second half there, Ola Kawatu scores, and, we're all feeling it. Don't feel guilty. And we're thinking, oh, boy, here we go. Here we go. KP's on the bench. Dill's on the bench. The script's written. The big second half comeback's on. But nah, credit to Sandon and plenty of others, but we're glazing our boy here at the moment. Now, whether it was, bit of playmaking, defensive organising, Smith consistently demonstrated that he would be able to take the responsibility of guiding the Knights' attack, ensuring the team remain competitive regardless of the stress we were under. Seriously, we got a good one on our hands. His maturity and versatility on the field was absolutely an invaluable asset whilst those two boys were parked up on the bench. So I know he got an absolute stack of votes, and I'm so proud of him for getting that because, as I said, we put out the Real Report on the roster review show. He came out and he stated, the quote was, basically he wanted to come here. He wanted that 7 jumper. Boy, oh boy. And hasn't he shown Justin Holbrook, he's going to fight tooth and nail to get it. Don't know if he will when those other boys come back, but I tell you what, he'd be so fucking proud of him, Justin Holbrook, for what he managed to do for this team, given the circumstances he was thrust under. So huge love to our boy Sandon Smith. I'm loving what we're seeing there, and I'm really excited to see that continue for weeks to come. Now, what was also super impressive, talking about scoring points, was the Knights managed to score points when the momentum was actually against us, which was really, really pleasing. It's not like we were just running downhill and scoring easily. It was basically the start of the match. Obviously, they had the jitters. Luke Brooks muffs it. I kind of akin to what Lockie Miller did. Remember when Lockie Miller, wasn't it at Bathurst or something like that? Ola Kawatu's just charging, big line break. Lockie Miller's running backwards. Can't remember where the try line ends, and he's just fucking running dead before Ola Kawatu literally scores in front of him. One of the not so great moment in Knights history. But anyways, Luke Brooks, similar to that. No idea what the dead ball line is. Fucks that up. We get the ball back. First set, baby. Greggy Marzu's in. 5 or so minutes later, whatever it was, Dominic Young, a beautiful cutout pass for Dylan Brown. That right edge starting to really cook. Now, a super unfortunate error by Jermaine McEwen. Really costly error coming out of our own end after scoring points. That kind of opened the door up for the Seagulls. And what I will say with the Seagulls points that they scored, it wasn't – the Seagulls didn't score points because of like great cohesive play within the team. It was just kind of individual brilliance. There was what was super – it was disappointing. It was disappointing. Let's call it for what it was. Jamal Fogarty, basically, a breakdown in the defensive line there on the left edge between Trey Mooney and Phoenix Crossland. Basically, some touch football kind of shit. That was kind of disappointing. Phoenix Crossland unfortunately had the shit task of trying to tackle a Tommy Turbo. It looked like a child trying to tackle a man. No disrespect to our boy Phoenix Crossland, but geez, that's a task in and of itself. Tommy Turbo just isolating Crossland there and gets the ball down. And then same with Ola Kawatu in the second half. I think it was 3, 4, 5 minutes in the second half. Just, manages to break away there and score a try. So, again, it wasn't some like silky playmaking or game script from Anthony Seibold in the halves of the Seagulls. It was kind of just these individual moments. So, take that what you will. From the Seagulls, but
like I said here, I'm liking the way the Knights are being trained this year so far, throwing the ball around and actually tackling the other team, something that AOB couldn't do.
Yeah, geez, wasn't it? Keeping their ball in play.
And Laurie said we never look like slowing down.
Yeah, 100%, dude. That was what was so impressive. And as I was saying, like that Bradman Best one, KP put under all kind of pressure, gets absolutely licked in that tackle, like creamed. I think it was Cooler coming at him again. KP, as I said, doesn't get enough love for how tough this guy is. Later that, like at the next tackle, wasn't it? Gets across to the left and he's there to support Brady to score that try. Just complete momentum swings. Again, with Dylan Brown, they were just they were starting to really get a roll on, not really kind of went in the middle there, getting way too much field position. And then bang, right foot step, sends over Fletch Hunt and bang, there we go. Wrestling it back. So that was really pleasing to see that we could basically attack from anywhere. As I say in the intro of the show, this is a team that when things start to click, boy, oh boy, it is exciting. It is complete and utter contrast from what we've seen in the Newcastle Knights in the past 24 months. Wild, absolutely wild. All right. Our boy Dylan Brown. Now, when KP was off the field, I was so impressed. I know it was only a little window there that we saw, but I was so impressed what Dylan Brown managed to do while Kalen Ponga was off. Now, this was the big criticism, particularly from all the Parramatta folk. They're all going, oh, Dill's not the guy. Without Mitch Moses, he's a supporting actor. He's not the main guy. Well, that was quickly put to bed. I loved what I saw, and we said it here on the Knights Watchers. Now KP's on the bench, our superstar captain. It's on Dylan Brown. This is why you pay these guys the big bucks. All right. And I thought he was absolutely incredible. I thought he was great the whole game. I'm hearing way less hate towards our boy Dylan Brown. I think a lot of people that were super critical starting to quieten up a little bit. And they have every right to be quiet because I thought he was absolutely sensational. As I said before, just super unfortunate we didn't get to see more of it because I know he just would have kept on. He would have kept on. We would have had more points in us had he managed to stay in there. But yeah, I think this was just another outing for Dylan Brown to show like he is going to be the dude. And I publicly have been stating that more than anybody. But yeah, I was just so impressed from the window that we did have no KP, no Fletch, and Dill was the guy. I thought he did really, really well. So now here's another guy. Here's another absolute throbber. Trey Mooney is just as important to this team as all the guys that I've just mentioned. Just equally as important. This dude, you want to talk about some aura? You want to talk about some players at Aura Farm? Holy dooly, this guy is going to be so goddamn pivotal to the future success of this club. He's proven, I'll tell you what, he has proven to me more in 2 games as a Knight, more than Leo ever did in 80 games. I said it, and I'm not salty, and I'm not trying to disrespect Leo Thompson. The eye test, the aura test, whatever test you want to run it, Trey Mooney, I'm loving it. I think we're all agreeing to it. I think we're all loving the energy that he's bringing to this football team. Some players just naturally have that infectious ability to make the players a random lift, and I'm seeing that from Trey Mooney. I'm seeing that from Trey. You notice the players around him lift when he's in and around it. And for a guy that's just at the start of his NRL career, I tell you what, but he must have done, honestly, the greatest ever prop forward apprenticeship that you could ever ask for at the Canberra Raiders there, stuck behind some of the big names there. It wasn't through lack of talent. It was just he was stuck behind some absolute weapons at the Raiders. And I know they're stinging. I know the Raiders supporters are stinging. They didn't want to lose him, but it's that old rock and a hard place when you got the most capped player, Josh Papali'i, wanted to go around one more time. You can't keep them all. Trey falls into our lap. But I seriously, and it's no hate, it's not disrespect, he doesn't play here anymore. I genuinely feel Trey Mooney is a big upgrade to Leo Thompson. And I hope Leo goes and has a great career over the Bulldogs and kills it. But I tell you what, you comment on it, you let me know. You going to link, are you fucking crazy? Maybe I am goddamn crazy. But I'm loving everything that I'm seeing from Trey Mooney. And as I said, he is just as important to this team as Kalen Ponga and Dylan Brown. He was tremendous.
Mooney brings the energy and muscle.
Yeah, and you can see it. Before he even played trials football for us, and I went and checked out his gram, the old Instagram, and I was like, yeah, I like this guy. I like this cat. It's got a bit of swag, a bit of aura about him, and I like it. And he brings it onto the field. He backs it up, which I love. So I thought Trey Mooney, seriously, was tremendous to start the game in that last 20 minutes. You immediately knew he was on the football field. He was absolutely nuts. Actually, I'm going to segue that. Let's read out some stats. I'm a bit off. I keep forgetting how to read stats, Lou. Let's read out, actually, player stats for our boy Trey Mooney, because usually when I glaze the guys, I'd read out their stats. So sorry, I've kept the stats away. But anyways, Trey Mooney, 50 minutes, 17 runs for 118 of the best. What have we got? 39 post contact. He's got the tackle break there. 5 offloads. Loving those. Why does it keep going back to the start? 5 offloads. 1 kick for 16 kick meters. It wasn't a great kick, Trey, but anyways, we'll forgive you for that one, my dude. Where was his defensive stats? 26 tackles, only 1 miss. So sensational stuff by Trey. Again, a guy that's such a pup as far as NRL standards is concerned. This guy's got a huge future, and I hope he is along for the ride with us for a long time.
Josh said it's rubbing off on Jasaf. He had a couple of blinders feeding off each other.
Yep, absolutely. What did I say? It's like when you get the little puppy, put it next to the old dog, and it reinvigorates the old dog. So I don't know. Maybe that's the magic. That's the Trey Mooney puppy magic. Puppy magic. As I said before, some incredible players this game. Like, boy, oh boy, absolutely stacked. One guy I want to give a special mention to. Let's do it. Actually, no, fuck it. Let's segue. Let's do that. No, let's do it. Let's jump into my United Players of the Week, brought to you by Paycat. Payroll made dead easy by a crew in Newey who know their stuff. Whether you're paying the boys on a construction site or sorting out that tricky Shads award for your NDIS biz, Paycat make it dead easy, battlers. Dead easy. They back hundreds of businesses and even help an NRL club keep their payroll running smooth. You can run payroll yourself or get the Paycat team to do it for you. Either way, you'll have more time to crack a cold one, eat some beef jerky, and watch the Newcastle Knights absolutely pump a team. So let's take a look at some blokes who absolutely earned their pay this week. 3 points. I'm in agreement with you guys. Sandon Smith, stellar performance in the absence of some absolute throbbers in our team. 3 points to him. 2 points, Dylan Brown. All right, I know there's no wrong answers this week. I swear there's 1,000 different answers. This is going to be my answer. I was just incredibly impressed with his first half performance, proving more and more and more why we got this guy on the contract that we did for as long as we did. He gets my 2 points. And Trey Mooney, what more can I say? All right, enough glazing from me, from the boys. They're my United Players of the Week. Now, circling back to some other guys I want to make a really special mention to. And if there's others in the comments, Luke, feel free, please bring them up, segue me into them. But I want to talk our boy, Dylan Lucas. Again, not a game, much like Dylan Brown last week, not huge highlighty kind of stuff. But I tell you what, you're talking about getting through some rugby league work here. 14 runs, 124 run meters, 53 post-contact, got the 3 tackle breaks there, 30 tackles, 0 missed. 0 missed. How good's that on that Olakawatu edge? Now, I do know there was that one play there. I think Sandon Smith was trying to tackle. I can't remember who. He could have gone in and jammed. Didn't happen. Anyways, I'm not going to grill the guy of that. I thought he was absolutely sensational. Just got through so much work. It's just another game, more game fitness. He's going to be better for it, Battlers. I thought he was really, really good. Is there anyone else that the Battlers are screaming at for me to talk about?
Earlier, Tony said Crossland will be a great 13 long term, and so did Nicholas said, don't forget about Phoenix. He's so versatile.
Yeah, Phoenix was another guy that stepped up in that complete reshuffle. Obviously, showing his versatility. We know he came through, debuted in the halves with Mitchell Pearce, came through grades as a half. The kicking game, obviously, still there. Didn't he come really close in this game too? Is kicking a 40-20? I swear he did, or if my memory serves me correctly. But yeah, again, proving that versatility worth there. It's going to be very interesting, tomorrow's roster review show, how Justin Holbrook's going to shuffle these decks. I put the post out today asking the Battlers, what's your 1-1-6-7-9 combo as we head in there. So there's going to be a few different interesting takes. It'll be interesting to see where Justin Holbrook lands on that one. I thought he was sensational. You want to talk about a guy that, there was a lot of buzz going, why isn't Matty Arthur getting picked? Why is Matty Arthur not getting a run? And Harrison Graham comes on in the second half. Holy dooly, what a debut. Seriously, what a sensational debut by young Harrison Graham. Picked this guy up from the Dolphins. A very understated signing. Certainly didn't get, a bit of a no-name kind of guy. Hasn't really burst onto the scene, so to speak. But holy shit, didn't he pay back Justin Holbrook's faith in selecting him on the bench there?
I've got a voicemail to play, Lincoln.
Do you? All right, let's play it.
G'day, Link, Lou, and fellow battlers. How beautiful is it on this beautiful, glorious Monday afternoon? And we are 2-0, undefeated in the season 2026. Absolutely beautiful viewing. It feels great. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. Yes, we have lost Dylan Brown and Cameron Ponga for a couple of weeks to injuries, but you know what? Unlike under Adam O'Brien, I have full faith in Justin Holbrook. I feel hopeful. I feel confident. The boys turned up yesterday. It was the next man up. And Graham in hooker, when Crossland had to go back to halfback, what a debut for the club he made. He was absolutely awesome. I think he definitely needs to be picked for this week. It's not going to be easy against the Wars, but you know what? We can do it. It feels like there's the grit and the determination of the Knights of old within the boys, because I feel like Holbrook's brought that culture back. We've got this. We can do this. Up the Knights. Let's go.
Oh, how good is that seeing an upbeat Justin? We saw that poor bastard just beaten down last year. It is, mate. Fucking Mondays are great when you're 2-0 and you've just defeated the Manly Seagulls. Good stuff. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, throws are all sparring the works, you know. The Spine next week, by all accounts, I didn't watch the game, but in all three grades, we pumped the Seagulls, particularly in the New South Wales Cup game. I heard Tyson Gamble played particularly well. So could we see him maybe get that 14 spot? Harrison Graham, again, great debut. Maybe he picks up the spot. Who knows who the cards are going to fall? But yeah, it's as I said before, you can really tell that there's just been such a positive influence on this team. The culture in the place in those four walls, absolutely incredible. And when you
got some love, sorry, you go.
No, you're right. What was that?
We've also got some love for Brady Best too. Christopher Wilson. Brady Best had a great game. Get him early ball and watch him go.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I'm with you, mate. Brady was sensational. As I said, turn the tide there. That huge break. And yeah, we're just being rewarded now. Justin, seriously, how hard is it? Early ball to an absolute throbber. The best specialised left centre in the game in Brady Best. He was incredible. Let's read out his stats.
While you look for that, I'll read out Justin's comment. Bradman stood up yesterday, ran for 190 of the most beautiful meters, and his awareness to pick up the ball after Garrick played the ball was awesome.
Yeah, he did run 190 the best, hit the nail on the head after 16 runs, 58 post contact, 5 tackle breaks, a line break, which was sensational, line break assist, 4 tackles, only 1 missed. He was so good. The only kind of little criticism that during the Knights watch, we seem to be going to the right a lot. Sandon seemed to kind of want to link up and give Dominic Young his hattie on the day, where I felt like if you just got the ball out to the left and just let them do their thing, just let them run. Just let them run. Between Dylan Lucas and Brady, you're going to find something there. But we seem to keep going to the right side. I don't know. They must have seen some sort of weakness there. That's why they seem to keep peppering that side. But anyways, that very, very minor criticism on my part. But what do I know, right? Who else we got? Fletcher Hunt. We're talking about coming in and doing a job in the Spine. Now, we know Fletcher Hunt has uber X factor. We're not denying that, all right? When he burst onto the scene, wasn't it his debut against the Seagulls? Was it his debut when the beautiful backpack, to Kalen Ponga's only try of last year, which made my Rugby 26 PS5 cover, which should have been the cover, by the way. Big Ant Studios, you fumbled that one. Wowee. Pushing up in support there on our boy Dylan Brown. The comments were lighting up in the Knights watch. How good is just seeing that mullet full fucking flight? 4 Pine Stadium. You look in the background, there's thousands of Manly supporters just with crying, tears in their eyes, watching this bloke just carve them up. Just to see him defensively, I thought he was really, really good. Just a lot of the stuff in the game that we might not have known if he'd rounded out, because he was just seemed like such a high octane X factor type player. We didn't know if we had this kind of stuff in his game, but we got a good one. Great to see him, much like Harrison Graham, take that opportunity with both hands. He played really, really well. I will not be surprised at all, seriously, if I said it, I'll go on record. I think it's going to be Fletcher Hunt 1, Razor Sharp 6, Sandon Smith 7, and Crossland 9. I think that's going to be the Spine that we're going to be talking about. But I'm going to be proven right or wrong by tomorrow. That's my hot take.
Got another voicemail, Bailey?
Oh, all right. Hit it.
Hi, Link, Lou, and fellow battlers. Suck shit, Manly. What a win by the boys yesterday. Overcoming the adversity of losing your 2 highest profile players in KP and Dill Brown just goes to show that I have a lot more confidence than past seasons with the boys that came out and did what they did yesterday. So, Manly, it was just fantastic to watch. Fletcher Hunt, I think he's going to be a good replacement for KP at fullback and put Sharp straight back in the halves with Smith, and I think we'll still be okay. We've got more.
Oh.
It cuts out for a bit. Just wait.
Oh. Sorry, he's gone through a tunnel.
I'm actually looking forward to what we can do without them, but look out when KP and Dill Brown come back. Let's go, Knights. Woo!
On you, Chris. Yeah, suck shit, Manly. If I have $1 for every time I said that on the stream. But yeah, I think you're right. I think we're crazy to shift Fletch out of that 6 position. Clearly, Justin Holbrook sees long term he's going to be the 6, and I will die on the hill that up until now he is still that 20 minutes that we saw from Fletcher Sharp, the most informed player in the comp. All right, the most informed. Why would you change that? We know he could kill it at fullback. We know he has. Come and debuted, killed it. But I'm with you. Let him cook. Let him marinate. Just keep him in there. Sandon does more than a great job. At 7, keep that going. I would probably bring in Tyson Gamble. He'd probably be my 14, maybe. Have to sit and think on that one a little bit. Crossland, just keep him at 9. I think just keep him there. Keep him there, but yeah, good shout, mate. Good shout. Yeah, loving the love that we're giving Fletcher Hunt. He was really, really good. Dane Gagai, Mr. As I lift my bottle here, Mr. Cabernet Sauvignon Dane Gagai. Oh, didn't he have some fucking tough runs? Taking that second half, rolling up the sleeves and getting through some work. Loving, seriously. He needs to be studied, that man. What is in his genetics? Is he even human? Is he some advanced superior race that's just excellent at rugby league football and just does not age?
Titanium.
Yeah. He might be the first human case to have like titanium strands in his DNA. He was absolutely incredible. I thought he was really, really handy. Who else have I got in my notes? Jermaine McEwen, again, a couple of little costly errors. But the guy's rounding out his game. I still think we've got an absolute throbber there. I'm going to sidestep that quickly too. Huge shout out to KPP, debut for the Tigers. I haven't seen one Knight supporter who's even remotely salty about Kai Pearce-Paul bagging a double on debut. We knew what we had. We just didn't use him right. Benji is. So congratulations, Kai Pearce-Paul. Hope you go kill it. The Tigers, mate, except when you play us. But yeah, look, Jermaine just needs to round out that little part of his game again. A really costly error coming out of our own end after scoring points. Let the Seagulls back into the game, but yeah, look, he's gonna get better and better for that. A late change that we didn't talk about, I got in my notes here. I loved the late change Justin Holbrook pulled on us. Matty Croker in at starting lock, Tyson Frizzell to the bench. Fucking masterstroke. I thought that was so good. Matty Croker, another really understated game, but I kind of feel like this game more than any other, I saw a lot more love for Matty Croker. I think people are slowly, it's the great awakening of Matty Croker. People are starting to see more and more how talented this guy is. And I like it. I hope that this is long term, he's going to cement that position. I think Tyson Frizzell coming off the bench, keeping up that momentum that JSAF and Trey T-Money start the game, bring Tyson in, keep that going. I really, really like. Tyson played a really, really good game. Glad he bagged a try as well. So he's off the nudie run list already. But yeah, Matty Croker, I thought he was absolutely sensational. Sami Solo, huge shout out for that try-saving tackle too on Cooler. Good shit. I know he scored off like the very next tackle. Doesn't matter, mate. That was a fucking great bloody Scotty Sadler-esque type tackle. Big man on the fast outside back was really, really nice. It was just super unfortunate that we didn't get to see our boy Francis Manu Leilua this game. He's yet to be unleashed, so we still got that to look forward to. Maybe the home crowd against the Wars. Maybe the Wars are shitting themselves, thinking Francis is finally going to get his chance. So he's a guy that we cannot wait to see. So there you go, battlers. Let's just tie that up in a nice, beautiful bow. All right. I don't want this game to be remembered for all the wrong reasons of, it's all about the injuries. It's all about Dylan Brand and Kalyn Ponga. They played their parts, and yes, it did suck. But what we should be reveling in is the fact that this team, under this new regime and the new systems that have been put in place, as Justin said, gives us confidence. That's not something that we have been willing to say as Knight supporters for a fair while, that you're confident. All right. And again, I know you can only play what's in front of you. Are either of these teams going to be playing finals? Probably not. Are their coaches probably going to be sacked this year? Probably. But look, you can only play what's in front of you. All right. It's going to be a really good test next week against the Wars, but fucking bring it. Bring it. Back home, baby. It's going to be electric. Can't wait to break that game down tomorrow. So just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Any of your mates that keep making excuses saying, they're bottom 4 teams, who gives a shit? Who cares? I don't care. only beat what's in front of you, and we overcame the difficult circumstances, and we beat them by 20 goddamn points. So take that one to the bank, Battlers. Good stuff. All right, let's do it. Let's answer some of your get out alive, fire safety training, burning questions. Now, Battlers, if you work in a business, or maybe you're in the Manly Seagulls, maybe you don't know how to address certain emergency situations, all right? You're going to get caught with your pants down and your ass on fire. Well, if you don't want that to happen to you, get in touch with Get Out Alive Fire Safety Training for your training, plans, and procedures. So your staff, your team, your roster knows what to do under those certain circumstances. They're not like Luke Brooks and dropping the ball twice off a kickoff, all right? Get in touch. Get Out Alive Fire Safety Training. Because if you do not learn, Battlers, you will what, Lou?
Burn.
That's right. All right, let's do it. Kick it.
Burning questions.
Oh, that gets you in the mood. All right, what do we got, Lou? Hit me.
Got another voicemail to play.
Have we? All right, let's go.
Hello, we're on a great start to the season this year. Our first 2 games, 2 victories. Yeah, I know we got injuries, but every club does. We'll keep fighting. Win never go. Knights always fight. We've got a great spine this year and great coach. AOB seemed to send the club backwards. I'm happy with our new coach. See you guys. Go the Knights.
Well, is that it?
Yes. Thanks, Clinton.
Good on you, Clint, mate. Cannot agree with anything you said, mate. Hit the nail on the proverbial head. I think disappointment of Justin Holbrook. He just gets it. He just gets it. And Lou will back me up on this. We just looked at him being interviewed, and it felt right. You know when you're like looking for that new home, or maybe you're trying to find a new car or that new daycare center maybe for your little one, and you just walk in and you're going, you know what? It feels right. You know, Justin Holbrook feels right for this club. It just, the stars have aligned. He's fallen into our lap. Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving this era.
He's got that new car smell.
He's got that, yeah, new coach car smell. New coach car smell. Yeah, Justin Holbrook. Loving it. Loving it. All right, what else we got, Lou?
Comment from Mal. What happened to the Liam Knight rumor? Seems like the guy's never lasted longer than a year anywhere he's been, but if they get him for 200K, he might be good for depth.
Liam Knight. I don't remember that rumor. Was he linked to our club? Because last I heard, wasn't he dating that Danica Mason from Channel 9? I swear weren't they a thing? I don't know. He's over in Super League somewhere, I'm guessing. Trying to think, who did he last play for? He burst on the scene with the Raiders, and then what? Was it the Doggies? I think it was the Dogs. Not sure. It wouldn't be bloody cheap, man. If it was a dirt cheap signing, maybe consider it. I don't know enough about the brother, to be honest. Cool last name, though. I'll give him that.
ARW8337 on YouTube asks, mate, great bloody win with all things considered. Absolutely devo about Ponga and Brown, for fuck's sake, but opens the door for Fletcher boys to showcase their skill set and weaponry if Sharp is back this week.
Yeah, I have some very strong mail to suggest that, yes, he will be back. He was pretty close coming back this week. It was only because of the long flight back from the United States ruled that out. But and then we even got we had someone message, what would say, a soccer carnival or something. He was at. He's walking around fine. He's not even strapped up or anything. So I have no doubt he is going to be named. But yeah, it's right. It's going to open the door for an opportunity. And I said, it just feels like there's a really good energy about the place, and everyone's trying to prove some. Iron sharpens iron. Great depth in a lot of positions there, particularly in the outside backs. So yeah, let the Fletchers run loose. I'm with you. I think let them both go and just see what happens. Particularly back home at Mac Jones. They're going to rip in. It's going to be good fun.
Pete has asked, in our match against the Warriors, I reckon it'll be similar to when we versed the team last year in round 20. We didn't have Kalen Ponga or Dylan Brown, but we would have one if Gags kicked our first half goals instead of Jacko. So I feel there is no different. I'm confident. Are you guys?
I am, only for the fact, and it's no disrespect, because you know the WAR supporters, they're probably listening. They love coming in here. We've worked a great relationship. They're probably infiltrated right now. Yeah, look, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. The Wars have been very, very good to start the year. They've had played 2 home games. They too have had huge injuries to key players. Luke Metcalf still to come back. Tamari Martin still out. They lost Chanel Harris Tavita, grade 1 HIA, so he's no chance of playing this week against us. So, Tanner Boyd came out. I think they had Tane Tuapiki come off the bench to fill in next to him in the halves. And they continue to put on points. You can see the system that Andrew Webster's put in. Everyone's bought in. I ken that very similar to kind of what we're building with Justin Holbrook. And you can tell when a team's buying in and believe in what the coach is selling. The Warriors have had that for a few seasons. They're refining it. They're getting better and better. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I do not underestimate a packed out Mac Jones. We have been deprived of good quality football for so long. And now we've seen 2 games of exciting football. When it clicks and points come, people want to see that for their very own eyes. So bring them back to Mac Jones. Just disappointing, as you said, that the homecoming won't be with those 2 boys. But, the crowd, the home crowd factor is going to be huge in this game. The Wars will be very wary of that. They will be very wary of that for sure.
Question from YouTube. Ponga shouldn't play Origin this year. Thoughts?
Oh, as a proud New South Welshman, I hope he doesn't, because I know he'll fucking kill it. I would prefer them run Reece Walsh out and he goes make 5-6 errors a game. Look, I'm not against these Origin eligibility rules. I just think it was the way the game was going. Look, I can understand. Like, I know, probably the older demographic, they understand. Like, to play Origin was to step up to playing for your country. I do understand that. I respect that opinion. I just think times change. I don't mind these Origin eligibility rules. The future of the sport is in the international arena. If you can get more guys playing for tier 1 nations instead of stacking just the Australian side with Origin stars, the game only grows, mate. We know that the unlocking the Pacific Island nations, we're seeing with Samoa and Tonga coming aboard, mate. Where's it going to be in another 5-10 years from now? It's going to be fucking unbelievable. Some of these teams now, seriously, on their day, can take it to the Australians. I know we're still top dog, but it wasn't the Samoans beating us, I'm pretty sure, a couple of years back. So, look, I'm not totally against it, but I can respect where other people, they're a bit more hardline, thinking, no, you play Origin, you play for Australia. I get that too. So,
Christopher's asked, they had the Bash brothers in the Mighty Ducks movies. What do we call the Fletcher boys? The Mullet brothers?
Ooh, the Mullet brothers. That's a good one, actually. I haven't thought, because they haven't played too many games together, have they? I'd have to have a look back and seen how many games those both have played. That would be cool, though. That we do need a nickname. You know I love a nickname. Comment away, or if you're listening to this after the fact, let me know. DM me. A great nickname combo for the Fletcher brothers. I like that. Yeah, let's get that going. Let's make that a thing. It's got to do something with mullets too, because it's no coincidence they're both Fletchers. They both have immaculate mullets. Speaking of which, too, Pasami's was looking pretty fucking good too. It's not flying under the radar any longer. I think a lot of people have stood up and noticed and going, oh, hang on. Maybe he isn't a distant second. Maybe he could push for a silver medal off Pasami here. It's pretty good stuff. Pretty good.
Dustin's asked, I'm not sure if it's just me, but Holbrook has touches of Michael Hagan about him and the way he coaches.
Yeah, I can see a little bit of Michael Hagan vibes. Obviously, the last successful coach we really had, our last premiership winning coach. One of the great travesties was letting that man walk to Parramatta, and we got Brian Smith. If seriously, that meme in Interstellar when he just bashed against the Tesseract and he's seen himself in the past, he's like, fuck, stop, don't do it. That'd be me in the fucking Tesseract in the Knights fucking boardroom going, for fuck's sake, do not get Brian Smith into this club, for God's sake. But yeah, I had the great pleasure of interviewing Michael Hagan, top bloke. What you see is he's exactly the kind of cat you think he would be. He's one of those dudes. Very smart man. I have to get him back on. I'd love to get his opinion on the matter. I was actually really surprised when I was talking to Michael Hagan. I don't know why I thought this would be. I just automatically assumed it would be the case about him, Adam O'Brien reaching out to him And I was kind of a bit taken when he's like, oh, no, I haven't. I met him like briefly and nothing in an official capacity. I was like, shit. I would have thought if I was a coach and he was a guy who was our last premiership winner, I'd pick the fucking shit out of his brains. I'd be like, mate, tell me. Maybe I'll get like, I understand Michael Hagan hasn't coached in 20 years, in first grade, but just the fundamentals about the town and what it means and all that stuff. And that's the stuff you see Justin Holbrook implementing. And we've been given plenty of messages. We see it from people at functions and bits and pieces that do things, that see the team there now where they weren't doing that stuff prior. So it is making a difference. And I think that's something known amongst us all, that they kind of lost their way a little bit with that touch with the greater Newcastle community a bit. What made this club so strong and what it was founded upon once upon a time, particularly in 97, that's when it was at absolute fever pitch. They got a diehard rugby league town at their disposal. Lean into it. All right? Some blue-collar battlers. Lean into it.
Right, I've got an idea. Nick and Justin both commented, got to be the flying mullets.
The flying mullets. Fuck yeah.
The flying mullets.
We've got to do a logo up for that.
I'll add to it, the flying Fletcher mullet bros.
The flying Fletcher mullet brothers.
Yep.
Flying Fletcher brother. Say it again, quick. The flying Fletcher brother.
Fletcher mullet brothers.
The flying Fletcher brother mullets. Hey?
The flying
Fletcher brother mullets.
Mullet brothers.
Mullet brothers. Fuck.
Like Mario Brothers.
The flying Fletcher mullet brothers. Got there. All right. Trademark it. It's in. Deal. All right. Today, Junior. All right.
Asked, when was the last time we scored 36 points?
Oh, that's all right. Let's end the show on this one. Let's have a look. Let's take a look at the Newcastle Knights draw.
And apologies, battlers. I sound terrible today.
Knights draw 2025. All right, let's go back. Jesus, Carly, you're going to give me PTSD looking through the old fucking games here. 36 points. Oh, no. Oh, shit. I thought it was against the Dolphins. That was only 26 points. Boy, oh boy, we're going back. We got 30 on the Rabbitohs. Hang on, how far back have I gone here? Hang on, I think maybe it's wigged out. Hang on. Sorry. Let's go back to the start. Let's go. Fuck, sorry. My browser's just wigged out here for a moment. So I'm going to scroll back. As I said before, 21st of June, 25, we got 26 points. We got 30 points. 3rd of May, 25 against the Rabbitohs.
Insert against the Titans in 24.
Is that what? Oh, we did too. The 1st of September, 24. 36 points to 14. There you go. 18 months, basically. Near 18, basically 18 months on the dot. At a week. But yeah, there you go. Fucking hell, that's nuts. Well, as I said, for a team, considering they only averaged 14 points last year, we put 28 in the first round and 36 in the second, and we haven't even played at home yet. And we've overcome huge injury. Plenty to get excited about, battlers. All right. Now, before we go, battlers, if you could do so, please make sure you go like, follow, subscribe, The Knighted on all your social media platforms. And if you haven't done so already, for God's sake, seriously have a hard look at yourself. You haven't given us a 5-star review. What are you doing? What are you doing? Go do that now. It's today's assignment. That's today's homework. All right. You're not allowed to come watch a roster review until you give us a 5-star review. All right. Goes a long, long way. Really help us out here. And if you do want to support us here, make sure you go follow the show notes. You'll see the link to our Patreon page there. Come on into the Club Nightanium. Dip your toes in it. Because once you're in, you'll be hooked. You'll love it. All right. Plenty of battlers are in there. Justin's in there. OG Carly. Joe's in there. It's a good old time. So fun. All right. Now that'll wrap it up for this week. Battlers will be back. We're back to back. We'll be doing the roster review show tomorrow. I'm suspecting, Lou, that we're going to be infiltrated by plenty of WA supporters. They love the Knighted product. All right. And I'm sure they might be dropping in some Lekia Haliasima memes at me, trying to maybe throw your boy off a little bit. But anyways, we still love you. We still love you. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that one, battlers. But yeah, until then, we're getting the Adam O'Brien out of here, battlers. I'll see you tomorrow for the roster review show.